Here's what doesn't help Oli. His government faces serious charges of corruption, charges which reach the Prime Minister's doorstep. A new report makes explosive claims. Claims of China giving kickbacks to the Prime Minister's inner circle, claims of crores being deposited in a bank account in Geneva, and claims of the Prime Minister's family having property in many countries. Our next report tells you more.
This report couldn't have come at a worse time for KP Sharma Oli. It's a piece by the Global Watch Analysis. It alleges that the Nepali Prime Minister is corrupt. The report says that Nepal is a classic example of how China uses corrupt leaders to make inroads into weaker countries. The charges against Oli are serious. During his first stint as Prime Minister, Oli tried to invest in the telecom sector of Cambodia. Reports say the then Chinese ambassador to Nepal, Wu Chuntai, had extended assistance to Oli for this deal. In his second term, Oli has allegedly used his powers to award contracts to Chinese companies. Several deals struck under Oli are under the scanner, like the agreement to set up a digital action room with video conferencing facilities in the Prime Minister's office. The contract reportedly went to China Communications Service, a subsidiary of Huawei, without any competitive bid. Later it emerged that the son of Oli's political advisor, Kshitij Rimal, had pushed for this deal. Another deal under scrutiny is this. A contract to build Nepal's largest hydropower project went to a Chinese state-owned company, again without a competitive bid. Oli overturned a decision by his predecessor, Sher Bahadur Doiba. While in office, Doiba had decided to not award this contract to the Chinese. What adds to the suspicion is the rapid rise in Oli's personal wealth. According to the Global Watch Analysis, more than $5 million stashed in the Geneva branch of the Mirabaud Bank belong to KP Sharma Oli. Reports say the money has been invested in long-term deposits and shares, and that these investments give Oli and his wife $500,000 every year. It's not just Nepal's Prime Minister. His inner circle faces serious corruption charges as well. Several members of his government have been accused of taking kickbacks. This includes the health minister and several senior advisors. The corruption charge is over the purchase of Chinese equipment, like personal protection kits and testing machines. Oli has tried to drown these reports in his nationalistic politics, but he's not been able to. Public anger is on the rise. Young Nepalis are taking to the streets against the government. The charges of graft have now reached the Prime Minister's doorstep. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.